Bill Gates. Bill Gates is a very well-known leader, but why? What makes him a leader? But first, let me tell you why I chose Bill Gates. I chose Bill Gates as my leader because he has done many good things to the world. He started one of the biggest companies ever, and has done lots of charity work. Many people follow him as he has done very well to society and is a very important role model. Another reason why is because I look up to him because of all the changes he has done to the world of technology. Bill Gates has done many things in his life. It's hard to sum everything up, but this is a summary of his life. William Bill Henry Gates was born in Seattle, Washington on the 8th of October in 1955. He was the second of 3 children. The Gates family was a very rich family with a big service and political background. Bill Gates loved to play board games and to read. Bill Gates exceeded in most subjects at school, which made school not much of a challenge. Because of this, Bill became bored in school, so his parents sent him to Lakeside School, a private school. His parents did this because they wanted more of a challenge for Bill at school. Bill was interested in computer programming at the age of 13 when he was at Lakeside School. Bill programmed a tic-tac-toe game with BASIC. At school, he met Paul Allen, who was also interested in computers, just like Bill. Lakeside was lucky enough to get a computer of their own. Bill and Paul worked together to create a program called TrafoData, a traffic data collecting program. This is where everything started. They made a total profit of $20,000. Bill was later accepted into Harvard University. Paul got into contact with Bill later on to tell him that personal computers were becoming more affordable. This led Bill to drop out of Harvard to join Paul with personal computers. Bill and Paul later made a new company called Microsoft, which was short for Microcomputers and Software. In 1980, IBM, a new computer company, asked Microsoft to make an operating system for their new computer. Microsoft did, and so MS-DOS was created. This caused Microsoft to quickly grow and later on become one of the biggest companies in the world. Bill later met Melinda Ann French, who would later become Bill Gates' wife. Bill and Melinda made a foundation for charity called the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. They fundraise money and have a donation system, and all the money goes towards the poor and sick countries like Africa. They are helping with vaccines, fighting AIDS, malaria, and such. They are even helping with new diseases such as Ebola. On the way, Bill Gates also became the richest man in the world. So that's his life summary, but what are the accomplishments that made Bill Gates famous? Bill Gates has had lots of accomplishments in his life, and many of them helped to make him famous and successful. Bill has done many important things to not only the world of computing, but also to society. Bill inspired the era of the personal computer. Bill did so with Paul Allen in the 1960s when they were first introduced to computers at school. He also helped making operating systems. Every computer ran operatings such as Windows, Mac, or Linux. Bill and Paul made a deal with IBM, who wanted an operating system to run on their computer. Another one of Bill Gates' biggest accomplishments was releasing Windows 95. Windows 95 was a big deal for Bill Gates because of how popular it made his company, Microsoft. Windows 95 changed the way operating systems were made. Windows 95 ran on personal computers, business servers, mobile phones, and more. Bill Gates also became the richest man in the world. He is currently worth $79.3 billion according to Forbes. He may not be the richest man in the world anymore, but he was the richest man for a few years. In 1990, he was worth $101 billion, but he gave it away. What Bill Gates is most known for is Microsoft, one of the biggest companies to exist. Microsoft is currently one of the most popular companies to date. Microsoft started in 1975 and was created by Bill and Paul Allen. Bill Gates dropped out of Harvard University to go into business with Paul Allen. If he didn't drop out of school, the world of technology would be very different. But amongst all of this, his greatest achievement would be the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Bill and his wife, Melinda Gates, started this organization to raise money for charity. Bill gave $30 billion of his own money to the foundation, which is where lots of the $101 billion went to. They gave all the money to research diseases such as Ebola, AIDS, malaria, and more. It also goes to feeding children in Africa and India, etc. It also goes to making sure that by the year 2035, there will be no more poor people. But what impact does Bill Gates have on other people's lives? Bill Gates is very frequently called one of the most influential people in the world, as he inspires people to do many good things. This impacts over 3 billion people who live in poverty, as he uses money and donations which is used to help feed, make shelter, and fight any diseases that the people living in poverty might have. Bill Gates is one of the richest men in the world, but he also uses it for good. In 1996, he was receiving near $30 million a day. He donated $30 billion to charity, and does not keep it all for himself. He donates large sums of money to different charities worldwide. Not only does he help with charities around the world, but he also knows business. He can use his knowledge to find any issues with the economy and business, and works with many people to help fix these problems. He also impacted people's lives with computers. Bill Gates really made computers a trend. He made one of the biggest companies in the world, which have made many products which are in many households today, such as Windows computers, Windows phones, and the Xbox. But out of everything, what is Bill Gates' biggest accomplishment? Bill Gates has had many accomplishments in his life, such as Microsoft, being the richest man in the world, and many more. But one of them definitely stands out as the biggest accomplishment: the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation have a very big impact in the world, not only on just one country, but worldwide. The foundation is known worldwide for one of the best foundations of all time, as it has been successful with funds, and it currently stands at $36 billion. Bill Gates started the foundation in the year 2000 and was made by Bill and his wife. The reason why this is the biggest accomplishment is because it changes the world for good and not in any negative way at all. Although many say he's using untested vaccines, which kills the patients who already have the disease, they refuse to say that is true. This has led to a big debate whether the foundation is actually used for good. But on the other hand, it has cured people, so there is a worldwide debate over this foundation being good and bad. What qualities does Bill Gates have that make him a leader? Bill Gates has many qualities that make him a good leader. He cares for other people and wants to make the world a better place. He does so with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. He also has a vision on how he can change the world for good. Whatever he is interested in, he has a passion for. He really focuses on what he is trying to achieve. He always admits to his mistakes. He is always open to learning and is always willing to help teach others. He is also a very good communicator. He is a very trustworthy person. He is trusted for many reasons. One of the reasons why is because of the difference he is making to the world with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. What inspired Bill Gates to start a company? Bill Gates was interested to start a company because of his friend Paul Allen. He switched to a new school called Lakeside, and they had a new computer. Bill got very interested in the computer system. He met Paul Allen that way, and they were both very passionate about computers. They started with a program called TrafoData, which started everything. Later on, IBM asked the two if they would wanted to make an operating system for their new computer, and so Microsoft was created. Bill had a vision that he could change the world using Microsoft. He was very right about that, and he changed things that we do today. He saw an opportunity to transform the computing world, and so he did. But what about me? What qualities do I have that make me a leader? There are many qualities that make people leaders. Some qualities are knowing what's best for the world, stopping a disease, etc. But many people say they aren't a leader because they can't change the world, because they don't know how to change the world, and just because of that, they can't become a leader. Some qualities that make me a leader is that I'm honest and that I keep promises. That is enough to become a leader. You might not think so, but small things like that can make a person a leader. Why? Because that means people can trust you. All you need to do is create a trust with someone, and then you can make a difference to them. They might become a better person. just because you created a trust with them. You might not be able to tell, but your friends can change just because of how you act around them. So just being a good person can make you a leader. The qualities I have: I'm honest, always saying the truth, and I care for others, and I always try my best. Does being popular make you a leader? Being popular does not make you a leader. You may be the most popular person in the world, but you might be for the wrong reason. You might be popular for being a bully, and that does not make you a leader. You might be popular for animal abuse, but that won't make you a leader. You might even be popular for hacking into the government, but that will definitely not make you a leader. These are some good examples of how being popular does not make you a leader. There are many other reasons why you might not be a leader for being popular. These are just a few. Although almost every leader is popular or famous, which leads people to believe that being popular makes you a leader, even though it does not. So that's Bill Gates as a leader. Thank you for watching.